Okay, so I just turned the computer around. Yeah, I'm gonna try to delete these files that I have here that are clear, but this happens all the time where they keep saying that my computer is full and I have to clean stuff out, and then I go in and I'm like, I didn't put like any of this stuff on here. I find all this weird stuff on my computer. Okay. Um, so uh, anyway, it's more stuff every day. Okay, I'm gonna show a video today of a couple things I was sent. There's a kid that's exposing his father sheriff in Jefferson County, Alabama. I think it's near Birmingham, saying that he abuses his family and his mother, and he's scared for his mother. Okay, video was sent to me. I'm going to share that, and then there was another video sent to me about a guy in jail. It's a video of somebody in court where it's like a conflict of interest because this judge, he knows him personally or something, and he's been abusing his sister. It's a judge. Okay, these are the kind of thing. This is why I keep bringing up that there's people in power that shouldn't be in power that are involved in secret societies. Okay, and then I'm going to show I'm trying to show footage that's what of some different things that have happened to me for years with the mail system. Okay, so this is, and why do you think I get upset about when I go to last time I was in Minnesota, and I believe, and I know the people involved in that are always trying to get me pulled over are the witch covens there. Okay, and I did this video about there's several buildings, like one in St. Paul and I guess one in Richfield now, called the Coven. And I said, okay, literally, like, they're not even trying to hide it anymore. It's a business networking meeting, and everybody that is part of that networking building there is part of a witch coven. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. They're calling it the Coven, and they are witches, and they are very, very dangerous witches. Okay, this is nothing to play around with, and I'm going to show you why. And what they're capable of. Okay, so we've got a lot of these witches in Minnesota that have made it, and in South Dakota here, that have made it into areas, into the post office. They're postal workers and they're postmasters. There's one, so I'm going to show pictures of all the damage that they've done to my mail because I got on this targeted list. You have to understand so the witches are Masons, and they're Eastern Star Masons. Okay, it's not just men that are the Masons. The women are Eastern Star Masons, and they're witches. They're part of witch covens, and they've infiltrated into these high level positions. I believe it's been ever since the Clintons, because Hillary Clinton was a witch, right? Okay, and she infiltrated all of her witch coven networks all over into high level positions all over our country. This is not a joke. Especially with our mail system. I mean, I've talked to other people just this week now that are having all kinds of problems with their mail, other targeted individuals, and I've had problems for years. Okay, there's if you have people that are this scary and dangerous running the mail system, it's really dangerous because anybody could be poisoned through the mail. Like, they could do like an anthrax or something and kill millions of people. Okay, so it's very serious for me, and that's why I'm going to show the pictures of how much my mail has been damaged over the years. And I know there's this woman right here in Eureka, South Dakota. I did a video on her. It was when I first got back here. Her name is Angie Flynn. And I've been told by local people that she's part of a network. Oh, what network is that? The Masons? It's just like, okay. I have a video of her where I was, some of my mail was returned back to my P.O. box in Minnesota that I had. It wasn't forwarding. It's because she didn't put some kind of I said, I need to reestablish my mail so I can get my mail here. They have to put your name in the box. She would not do it. She would not do it. I had to videotape her. I was videotaping her, and I said, ma'am, I'm sitting here talking to you. And she was on the phone. And so if you haven't seen that video, I'll post it underneath here. Okay, she's on the phone. She won't talk to me, and she won't even listen to me. I said, I am trying to reestablish my mail here? Is there something? And then she won't even look at me. She doesn't even acknowledge me. She's also done this to my neighbor. My neighbor here, she's sent back his mail. She said something about how you can't have two addresses. And so she sent back the mail. He's got a private address and a business address. What's the big deal? Okay, she's illegally sent back his mail. She's done this to other people. She wouldn't let me reestablish my mail here. I don't have two mailboxes, Angie. I just have one, and you're not letting me get my mail. So it wasn't until I did that video and exposed her that I finally got my name back on the box so I could actually get mail. She was sitting there trying to call the police on me because I was recording her, and I said, "Excuse me, you're going to call the police on me because I'm trying to get my mail? I think you're the criminal. That's a federal crime. You're withholding my mail. You do realize that, and you're going to call the police. Why exactly?" Okay, these people are crazy, and we have to understand how crazy and how dangerous they are. Okay, and so I mean, there are videos now of these people, exposing their own. This kid is exposing his own father. I'll put these in the link under this video. There's this guy exposing this judge. I've personally have just horrible experiences with, it was just constant years and years of minor traffic stops. And I've told some people this. It was, I mean, I think I said this in the last video. Okay, it was, yeah, I did. How it was literally, they didn't have any evidence. There wasn't any evidence shown in the court. In the court, the judge just took the side of the sheriff or the police that pulled me over. There was no evidence brought forward in court. Well, there was a few times in the very beginning that I showed my evidence, and then they didn't like that. And I did get a few of the things dismissed, and then they played it real dirty after that. And I started being put in like a private court when they would bring me in Minnesota. And there was nobody else in the court. It was like me and the judge and just a few police. That's the way they started playing it. They played it real dirty so they could get away with it was just, and then there's nothing brought in court. It wasn't even like a real court date. And it was just the police and the judge and me in the entire court. There was not a single other person there, and the person whatever typing. Okay. It's like basically like a private court, so they could get away with whatever dirty thing they wanted to do to me. Okay. And this is how dirty they are. And the judges are not immune. The judges actually have more immunity than the police. And I've talked about how I don't understand how you can be immune from the law when you are the law. Okay. And then somebody was saying, yeah, you can't, when you're involved in civil rights and human rights violations, that negates your immunity. So I don't know. So that's somebody brought that point up, is that, you are violating. I have evidence that you violated my civil and human rights, and others. You're doing the same thing to others. So doesn't that negate all of their immunities? This is what the judges and the police are doing. So I believe that should negate their immunities. Okay, so we have to start getting smarter than these people, because these people have proven that they're so dangerous that we have to be smarter to survive them.